po-po, gun a man down, get bail, come home to 100 grand. Some all-hearted soul in the motherland, pray Uncle Sam, get choked, no recovering. Cherry and they got him running like he's son again. 10,000 on my right, stretched out like rubber bands. I do not understand why we keep playing this game while they underhand.
Give a damn about you, what the Lord say. New time, about to hit him with the cold case. How could you demand outside when he chose me? I'ma run it the attacks for the whole thing. Give a damn about you, what the Lord say. New time, about to hit him with the cold case. How could you demand outside when he chose me? I'ma run it the attacks for the whole thing.
Let's go. Jeremiah 28 verse 8. I'ma prophesy till I get the gates. Not removed to a corner no more. Cause we in they face. We with the Lord, give a damn what you say. My people dying to death every day, looking for justice, causing the ruckus. And we burn it down, let them know we don't play and our enemies slain. Bleed like the blood of the grape. Beat the system down to a fraction. Then we take them to the lake. Crumbs from the table, nah. Man, we want the whole plate. No just balance, they gon' feel the weight. Pray for their death, it's a part of my faith. Cause
I done seen a po-po, gun a man down, get bail, come home to 100 grand. Some all-hearted soul in the motherland, pray Uncle Sam, get choked, no recovering. Cherry and they got him running like he's son again. 10,000 on my right, stretched out like rubber bands. I do not understand why we keep playing this game while they underhand.
Give a damn about you, what the Lord say. New time, about to hit him with the cold case. How could you demand outside when he chose me? I'ma run it the attacks for the whole thing. Give a damn about you, what the Lord say. New time, about to hit him with the cold case. How could you demand outside when he chose me? I'ma run it the attacks for the whole thing.
Bigger than big, oppression the game, I must be the squid. Red light, green light, where they shoot a brother down under street lights. This golden city don't pity no brown skin. The sight that I see is astounding. All this blood of the chosen make earth cry. So blatant I see with my first eye. I pray at my worst till I burst. I can't just what you want. The birth of a minister, mind of a chemist, the spirit of Christ, not the Pope. This ain't that Kimmy, this ain't no religion. I'm feeling like Moses and Job. Skin black, my kin back in the nation we from, we know. But we know that this nation gon' blow. We ready to go.
I done seen a po-po, gun a man down, get bail, come home to 100 grand. Some all-hearted soul in the motherland, pray Uncle Sam, get choked, no recovering. Cherry and they got him running like he's son again. 10,000 on my right, stretched out like rubber bands. I do not understand why we keep playing this game while they underhand.
Give a damn about you, what the Lord say. New time, about to hit him with the cold case. How could you demand outside when he chose me? I'ma run it the attacks for the whole thing. Give a damn about you, what the Lord say. New time, about to hit him with the cold case. How could you demand outside when he chose me? I'ma run it the attacks for the whole thing.
I can see the telltale sign that you don't come in peace. Always plotting on the sons of the priest. No matter how you hide and connive, you'll be laden with lies. You're nothing more than a red beast. Minding the time you're alive, cause your rulership is nothing but a lease. Check the timepiece, when the owner come back, he gon' be the centerpiece. He gon' gather up the chosen and take us to the east. If you wanna side with the devil, you a kunite. Tell your boy to gear up, cause it's about to be a good fight. He better tune up all the weapons that he's ever had in his lifetimes, cause he about to lose it all in one night. I done had enough of all the cooning and buffooning. They the reason why the nation don't be moving up as fast as it could be. I love it when the whole world overlooks me, cause that's one last chance it could've took me.
I done seen a po-po, gun a man down, get bail, come home to 100 grand. Some all-hearted soul in the motherland, pray Uncle Sam, get choked, no recovering. Cherry and they got him running like he's son again. 10,000 on my right, stretched out like rubber bands. I do not understand why we keep playing this game while they underhand.
Give a damn about you, what the Lord say. New time, about to hit him with the cold case. How could you demand outside when he chose me? I'ma run it the attacks for the whole thing. Give a damn about you, what the Lord say. New time, about to hit him with the cold case. How could you demand outside when he chose me? I'ma run it the attacks for the whole thing.
Yeah. I want the nation bowing down to me to make them crown the king. Glorious sound to me, released like Jubilee. The end of poverty, angelic body me. If I leave my throne, you gonna see a different side of me. This prophecy, yeah. This prophecy, yeah. This to the ceiling. I can't fight this feeling. If your eyes on the kingdom, we got common interests. We've been down so long, oppressing in our members. Twinkling of an eye, now watch us fly like Delta engines. Man, we beneficial when these laws, they benefit you. I got so much channel aggression towards any law official that say we not the people or any artificial that conjured up an image that is contrary to the scriptures. Arms and feet like polished brass, lightning bolts coming from his visage. You can approach the throne, but not until I extend the golden scepter. That's right, stay in line. Watch me handle mine. Bring my cup of wine and toast to the end of time. This palace so divine, ain't it? Prophecy change your mind, can't it? I got servants who got servant. Damn, this the curse of Canaan. Rearrange it, blood of the gods, can't explain it. Get out of Dodge, they can't tame it. Ultra light beaming, pure gold on my raiment. I want the nation bowing down to me and make them crown the king. Glorious sound to me, release like Jubilee. The end of poverty, angelic body me. If I leave my throne, you gonna see a different side of me. This prophecy, prophecy, yeah. This prophecy, prophecy, yeah. This prophecy, yeah. This prophecy, ultra pure gold, gonna approach the throne.
I'm one of the sons of the prophets, watched by the word faucets. Who are these pale imposters? You can't inherit the promise, the color of brass polish. You don't believe it, you sottish. Come with your doctrine demolished. You don't want beef, sausage, not from Earth, interplanetary. Ain't it scary when the mothership landing? That's a chariot, baby. My daddy laughing, so calamity with the family. That's how it happened, little baby, when you don't want listen. Oh, you pledge your position. Oh, you might get a mention. Oh, 2/3 is henchmen. Sick of these niggas, I'm sick of these dogs. You wanna play games? Pause. I swim in that water like Jaws. These Christians is chicken dogs. You read the apostles of Paul and don't understand it at all. You thought the word was flawed. Sit down in the dirt, crawl, never to rise up again. Yeah. Never to rise up again. The heaven they stacking they sin. The promise is back once again and black is the end. I want the nation bowing down to me and make them crown the king. Glorious sound to me, release like Jubilee. The end of poverty, angelic body me. If I leave my throne, you gonna see a different side of me. This prophecy, prophecy, yeah. This prophecy, prophecy, yeah. This prophecy, yeah. This prophecy, ultra pure gold, gonna approach the throne.
Woke me up from the slumber. It get deep. Most I sealing the instructions in my sleep. Told me, son, to make it up, you gotta eat. If you're not offended based on how we preach, yeah, I'm sticking to the milk, but it gets deep. Most I sealing the instructions in my sleep. I can't live by bread alone, I gotta eat. I got knowledge, but sometimes I'm rude in speech. Yeah, I'm sticking to the milk, but it gets deep.
2 Peter 3:15, man, it get deep. I see all these wolves, I keep on counting sheep. Precept, 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 precept on repeat. Christ got the keys, don't keep commands, he hit delete. Hold the line, taste the cup, you can hold the vine. Take the soul, you control the mind. Willie Lynch working overtime. Crush the conscience, got it pulverized. Masculinity emulsified. Google Maps couldn't find the tribes. Now the culture gets you crucified, but we ready for war. Give us 30 days, we'll do 30 more. To teach the people what we got in store. We gon' win these, it's a 4 for 4. We ain't taking no losses, pray we carry these crosses to the finish line. Take the kingdom, eat them, give me mine. Crown the king's freedom, miss the time. Flick of the wrist, cook up just the recipe. Turn these pages, this ain't phases. Greatness, this my destiny. We bear witness, run this race, that's fitness. Ain't no rest for me. Just like Joe, every word twofold, that's cold, I'm scared to freeze.
It get deep. Most I sealing the instructions in my sleep. Told me, son, to make it up, you gotta eat. If you're not offended based on how we preach, yeah, I'm sticking to the milk, but it gets deep. Most I sealing the instructions in my sleep. I can't live by bread alone, I gotta eat.
so wicked, it got my mind gone. But we been flipping through scriptures, it got my mind blown. Cause since we back on the mission with our forefathers' traditions, and we been painting the pictures like the time drawn. Yeah, this world is so wicked, it got my mind gone. But we been flipping through scriptures, it got my mind blown. And since we back on the mission with our forefathers' traditions, and we been painting the pictures like the time drawn. I just been tried in that fire and made it out.
Welcome back to another week of
Let's Talk Truth.
Today you got myself, Officer Emmanuel,
Officer Baruch,
Officer Ezra,
Officer Jeremiah.
all praise to the Most High. So look, hey, as you can see, the topic for the day is the 2030 agenda. I'm pretty sure a lot of black people don't know what the hell that's about.
What you talking about?
Voight.
Because I just found out what it's really about. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of people don't know what it is, and it's been in effect since 2015.
Right?
Damn.
All right? So we're going to talk about it today, the 2030 agenda. The so-called white man, you know, that the stuff going on, we done covered it plenty of times on Let's Talk Truth. The stuff going on in the world right now is end-time prophecy, right? Things leading up to the end of the world, destruction. You understand?
Right.
But the 2030 agenda is about reshaping the world to extend its life unto future generations. Right? So the Lord got a plan to destroy the world.
Right.
The white man got a plan to extend
Let it
their
live.
rulership over the world.
Right.
And that's what the 2030 agenda is all about. So we're going to talk about it today, and we're going to give y'all some insight on what it's really about. Because they want you to think, you got to think an American black reading the 2030 agenda on the website,
Right.
it gives them hope. Like, oh, okay.
Turn
No
up.
poverty,
Turn up.
women empowerment.
This is good.
Yes, we outside. but it's really demonic. It's wicked. It's hidden agendas within the agenda.
Right.
You understand? And we're going to talk about it today. Lord's willing, we don't get banned from YouTube and everything else. So make sure y'all tune in, like, share, subscribe. Make sure y'all call in today, man. It's going to be a great show.
Right.
If you caught the 30-minute snippet on Fiction Face this Friday, then you got an idea. All right, so go ahead, call in. Let's talk about it, all right? Before we get into the topic, let's start off, with of course, we got to cast down imaginations.
The lies.
Let's get there real quick in 2 Corinthians chapter 10. All right, so today is a holiday in America, right?
Somewhat.
It's probably the least significant holiday
There was ever
on the
created.
American calendar. Nevertheless, it is a holiday. All right, read what you got.
The book of 2 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 5.
Start at
Casting,
verse 4.
verse 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations and every high
Hold
thing.
on. Read it again. Read again, verse 4.
The book of 2 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal.
Right, so the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Like, we've been going on all these church blitzes, and, they see us strong black and Hispanic men coming out by the hundreds.
Right.
Not just church blitzes, but blitzes in general, like going to your city, marching through the neighborhood, shutting it down and all of that. And we don't be strapped. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We don't be coming through with choppers, and we was in front of the U.S. Capitol yesterday. And we ain't over there finna shoot it down, and you know what I'm saying?
Hell no.
You would think black and Hispanic men, hundreds and hundreds deep, they coming to do something violent. But nah, this is a spiritual warfare. The weapons of yes, we are warriors.
Right.
You understand? We going to war with this system. We going to war with the powers that be, but not carnally.
Exactly.
Not against the not in the sense of a physical military. You understand?
Right.
Because the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Come on.
But mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds.
But our weapons are mighty through God because they spiritual. Read on.
Casting down imaginations.
What we doing?
Casting down imaginations.
So our whole objective is not to pick on nobody. It's not to bully nobody. It's not to preach hate. You understand?
Right, right.
But it's to cast down imaginations. Our people whole belief system in God is according to their imagination. You understand? Mm-hmm. Everybody got a relationship with God.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Everybody, got their idea where I think God is a woman. God is a spirit.
Mm-hmm.
God is he don't got no color. He not a man or a woman. He not, what the hell? Our people belief in God is based solely on their imagination. And who gave them their imagination? The so-called white man.
Who
Here's what it
raised
is.
you? Right.
Who taught you that Father's Day, Mother's Day, all of these things were something that the church is supposed to push as a holiday for the congregation? You understand? Who taught you that America's customs and traditions was something that you're supposed to plug in your church service? That's not, no. That is all according to your imagination. And the white man is who made it up and installed it in your imagination. Mm-hmm. The prophets of God in the last days going to cast it down. Read on.
And every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of God.
Every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God. The knowledge of God is what? Passover.
Right.
Feast of Tabernacles.
Right.
Feast of First Fruits. Right. Leviticus 23 lists all the high holy days.
Right.
You understand? But that's the only way to know that is to have knowledge of God.
Right.
Through the scriptures. You understand? So for these things to be established in the earth and nobody or their mama or their auntie has ever celebrated Passover, but they all believe in God. They all read the Bible. What have they done? They have exalted the knowledge of the world, the imaginations of the white man, above the knowledge of God.
Right.
So it's our job to cast that BS down. Read on.
And bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ.
That means to subdue your mind. So guess what? You might have thought that these traditions are something that you're supposed to hold fast to, right? And you might get offended. You might think that we wrong for attacking. What's wrong with me honoring my father and all that? On this particular day, guess what? It's our job to bring your thoughts into captivity. You understand?
That's right.
We have to biblically enslave your mind to what God said. Because guess what? Every person on this earth is subject to somebody. That's what God said. You serving one or two masters. You understand? Everybody is serving somebody with their mind.
Right.
Believe it or not. If you say you don't believe in God and you don't subscribe to the Bible, guess what? Your mind is subject to Satan. You are serving Satan whether you know it or not.
Right.
Why? Because you're subject to the things that he put out into the earth.
Right.
Everything that you do and celebrate and tolerate and all that is by Satan's design. You are serving him. But our job is to get people to serve the God that will reward you for your obedience.
Right.
You understand?
That's right.
The righteous, just, merciful God. We got to bring your thoughts in captivity to him and pull your thoughts out of the captive mindset to Satan. You understand? That's our job. That's our duty. That's why we got to address these things. All right? So we talking about Father's Day. I just want to show y'all a little bit about the origin. All right? It's nowhere in the Bible at all. It's a new thing in the earth, actually. Put that on the screen.
Started with circle.
No. Start at the top.
All right. When World War II began, advertisers began to argue that celebrating Father's Day was a way to honor American troops and support the war effort. By the end of the war, Father's Day may not have been a federal holiday, but it was a national institution.
All right. So World War II, right? That was what? In the 60s?
Yeah.
during the civil rights movement, right?
Right.
So we was getting hosed down in the street, chased by dogs, right? All type of brutality. We didn't have equal rights yet. You understand?
Right.
And the Father's Day being pushed to the point that it is now was all the effort to support the troops that fought for the same land that didn't want to grant you equality. You understand? That's why Father's Day is what it is today. Read on.
In 1972, in the middle of a hard-fought presidential re-election campaign, Richard Nixon signed a proclamation. Scroll it up, please. Or scroll down. Making Father's Day a federal holiday at last. Today, economists estimate that Americans spend more than $1 billion each year on Father's Day gifts.
So in 1972, that's when this holiday was established by Richard Nixon, the devil the Bible speaker.
Right.
He gave you Father's Day as a holiday. You understand? And every year, now this is chump change compared to the rest of the holidays, especially Mother's Day, Christmas. That ain't nothing. $1 billion ain't nothing compared to what they spend on the other ones. But there's still a whole lot. You understand? That could change every black person's life. You might, at a $1 billion, you could give black people a reparations package. You understand? You can split that down some way, somehow to every black person in America for reparations. And that's spent every year on the least significant holiday that America has. You understand? Get Wisdom of Solomon 14 and verse 16. For real. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 14, verse 16.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14 and verse 16.
Come on.
Thus, in process of time, an ungodly custom grown strong was kept as a law.
Was kept as a what?
As a law.
So we just read Richard Nixon signed a proclamation that made it a federal holiday. Meaning what? It was instituted as a law in America.
Right.
You understand? That's exactly what happened. This ungodly custom is not of God. It's a tradition of man, grew strong and was kept as a law. Read.
And graven images were worshipped by the commandments of kings.
By the what?
The commandments of kings.
By the commandments of kings or presidents. You understand? That's how these things get established. And our people have no idea that they have pagan roots. You understand? It is no biblical sighting to point you to celebrate Father's Day. You're supposed to honor your father every day.
That's right.
You understand? Honor your father every day. Go to the next screenshot.
There are more collect calls on Father's Day than any other day of the year.
Stop. Hold on. We gotta examine this now.
Damn.
What does this mean?
I know.
What does this mean? Hey, real quick, get Isaiah 42 and 22. And this goes to show you, man, like, black people, we are destroyed. So-called black people in America.
True.
We are destroyed. For real. We gotta break these cycles, man. This don't make no sense. Read what you got.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 42 and verse 22.
Come on.
But this is a people robbed and spoiled.
Read.
They are, all of them, snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses.
So God said his people are snared in holes and hid in prison houses. A lot of our black and Hispanic men, they populate the majority of inmates all throughout the U.S. You understand? Mm-hmm. So, at some point of the average black child's life, at some point in a black child's life, they either have to make a long distance call to their father, or they gotta make that collect call to their father, or they gotta go and make that long trip to visit their father behind the wall. You understand? Mm-hmm. That's our sad reality as blacks and Hispanics in America. Because, like the names that we read, Richard Nixon.
Right.
Because the devils like him, they institute prison pipelines and pump drugs in our communities and things of that nature to engineer crime in the community,
Right.
to target the black and Hispanic man, to put them in jail. That's why on that one day of the year, you might not have called your daddy and wrote a letter and none of that. But since it's Father's Day, okay, now I'm going to think about you. You understand?
Damn!
That's when the daddy that had made some type of jacked up decision and behind bars, that's when he going to finally get his call. The day that the white man instituted, the white man say, okay, this is the day. If you ain't thinking about your daddy, this is the day to think about it. That shows you that the white man created our imagination. For real.
Know how crazy that is to have them get that call, to have them think that they can still have hope, and then they can work harder in the prison system. Right. Oh, let me give them a call. Let the son call. Let the daughter call. There's hope for you, man. Okay, I'm gonna still alive, baby. I'm gonna do this or that, and they still in there slaving.
Or
I ain't gonna Dookie Glock nobody up. I'm gonna be good.
or obviously, like, you just imagine the father. He been trying to get a hold of somebody all dang on year. But guess what? Now one day they just randomly call him. Like, hey, happy Father's Day. I ain't had no money on my books or none of that.
Man,
now you want to call me and talk about Happy Father's Day. I'm telling you, bro. Like, but no, they don't do it out of the generosity of that's my father. Right. They do it because the white man told them to.
Yep. Damn. Go back. And you might be thinking in your mind like, man, no, it ain't even like that and no. Understand what we saying. This is facts. This is the one day out of the year. Majority of people, this is when the fathers get that call behind the wall. You understand? Because the white man said, this is Father's Day. We move according to what the white man say, period. That's how we move. That's facts. That's what it is, man. Go back to the article.
An estimated $1 billion is spent each year in the United States for Father's Day gifts. But Dad is still footing the bill when it comes to phone calls from the kids. Father's Day ranks #1 for the day that the most collect calls are made, according to AT&T.
Hey, you know what that made me think about? Like, because like a lot of us, a lot of our wives don't work, right?
Right.
So, like, when they want to, like, show us appreciation.
Facts,
we
paying for this shit.
Exactly.
Yes, I think about that all the time.
Like,
all the time.
You giving me a gift, but the money coming out of my account.
Exactly.
That's what Father's Day is.
Thanks.
So, on Mother's Day,
thanks.
the money getting spent by the father.
Facts.
You understand? And on Father's Day, the money getting spent by the father.
I don't know why we're not on the screen, but listen, I'm going to tell you what it make me think of. I just saw a post. What you doing? I just saw a post that it had TD Jakes, right?
Entertained,
You saw him? He was sweating, and they was like, this is what your daddy looked like on Father's Day. When you find out he still got to light the grill up.
Damn.
Right.
That's what your daddy look like when he find out I gotta cook the meal, I gotta light the grill, I gotta handle whatever, pay for just like we said, everything that's gonna go into my day. Yes, I can find it. I will find it.
And then he not hungry because he already ate the food while he was cooking it.
Go back to the article. I'll read it now. Find the post. It says, dads receive far fewer greeting cards than moms. About 140 million moms receive cards for Mother's Day compared to just 90 million dads getting Father's Day cards. That's something. Now watch this. Get 1 Corinthians 11:8. Every damn rapper, it's a Mystical. He got an interview, the rapper Mystical. He said Master P had a rule when you were signed to his label, right? You had to make a song for the homies. You had to make it was another one too, but you had to make a song for the homies on your album, and you had to make a song for your mama.
Right.
Hey, we are taught to worship the woman. Understand that? Now, there's nothing wrong with loving your mama and worshiping your mama. You understand? But I can name you 3-4 Boosie songs off the top of my head. Mama no love, My mama no love. All these rappers, they worship their mama.
Oh,
That's the vibration
man.
that's pushed in the earth. And it's no reverence ever for the dead.
Hell no.
And you wonder why, you understand, the black man get frustrated and want to leave the house. He don't get no reverence. He don't get no respect.
Right.
All he get is complaints. All he get is why we not doing, why this ain't done, why this. And when he do something, it's what he's supposed to do anyway. So he don't get no type of appreciation.
Right.
Except the one day that the white man said to do it. You understand? For real. And even on that day, it don't compare to what the mama get on her day. Right? Read what you got.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 8.
Uh-huh.
For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man.
You see that? So the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. The first woman on earth was made out of the rib of the man. And guess what?
Right.
Every human being after that came out of the nutsack of a man. We always talk about, you know what I'm saying, the woman bring them into the earth and they carry the baby for 9 months and all of that, which is true. That's facts. I appreciate and love her. I can't repay her for the pain that she went through carrying me in her womb for them months, right? But nobody talk about the many, many years your daddy carried you in his nutsack. Nobody talk about that.
That was a weight on him.
Appreciate you been in your daddy nutsack since puberty.
Right.
He been carrying you all them years. 9 months don't compare to that.
Months.
Appreciate your damn daddy,
All
man.
them years, you should be closer to your dad all them years you was hanging around with him.
Exactly. You should be closer to your daddy.
Facts.
You was floating around in his
Just hanging there.
area
You hanging with
for years. For years. Get Numbers 1 and 18, man. Numbers chapter 1, verse 18.
The book of Numbers chapter 1 and verse 18.
Come on.
And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the 2nd month. And they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers.
So God said your pedigree is declared by your fathers. Your lineage, your tribe, your nationality is determined by your father. You understand? You come from the seed of your father. Christ is called what? The son of David. From the seed of David, the seed of Abraham. It don't never say the seed of Mary, the seed of Rebecca, the seed of Sarah. No! Now, we love them. The Bible does reverence them, but the Bible reverences the forefathers.
Right.
More. You understand?
That's right.
Because they are the progenitors. We are the progenitors of life. Understand that. I know you've been warped and believe the womb of the woman in Egyptology. Amhotep, my brother. The black woman is God, my brother. And all of that. But understand, the man gives life. We made in the image of God. God is a man.
That's right.
Put some respect on that, man. Put that
Put some respect on my
Put
name.
that up.
Go to the
that
radio
Alexander
page.
just posted.
Go to the radio page. Look at TD Jakes, yeah.
Little turtle head.
It says, how your hubby looks when it's Father's Day, but he had to get on the grill anyway.
Damn.
Father's Day, you supposed to get served and catered to and all that.
Look at
and you
the hell
still
is
got to
this?
do all the hard work
It's
in
a
the
hoax.
hot ass sun, standing over a hot ass grill.
It's a hoax.
Look at you can't make that is so accurate.
That is very accurate.
That is so accurate right there. All praise to the Most High. Look, this why all these holidays in America is garbage. Let's just do what the Bible said. Let's just come back to God. Because these holidays is wiggity, 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 whack. Look at that, man. For real. I could get a damn, that look like a damn water slide, his damn head.
Man.
But all praise to the Most High. You can get off of that. All right, so look, hey, when we come back from break, we finna go in on the topic, man. So like I said earlier, like, share, subscribe. Make sure y'all call in today it's gonna be a very, very heavy topic, man. We finna bring a lot of stuff out. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna blow your mind. So don't go nowhere. We gonna be right back with more on Let's Talk Truth.
I have an important message about your leaders in the Christian church. Your bishops, pastors, reverends, and ministers are all lying to you and leading you straight to damnation. The truth is, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are the biblical Israelites, according to Deuteronomy chapter 28. Jesus Christ is a black man with white wool hair, according to Revelation chapter 1, verses 14 and 15. We as the Israelites must keep the commandments in the faith of Christ to receive salvation, as it is written in Revelation chapter 14, verse 12. I've challenged and debated Christian authorities all over the world on these issues. Not one of them has been able to negate this truth. Your pastors have led you astray, worshiping pagan holidays and false gods, just as in the days of old. So join us on our mission to restore the true nation of Israel before the decree goes forth. The work is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Visit our website at israelunite.org or call us at 855-484-4842 to learn more and visit our schools. Shalom.
What club was that at?
That was admit that a lot of people don't even realize they.
I've called her. She hasn't responded. I've called her more than a few times.
With the Zulu Nation, I'm like, what the hell is this? I know nobody know what I'm talking about. You'll leave me on the island by myself. I don't know what the hell Bishop's talking about. That's what y'all do. Then after class, yeah, I knew what you were talking about. I just don't want to be caught out there. The hell is this? Get on my damn nerves. So read that again.
Who have saved us and called us with an holy calling. See that? Who have saved us and called us with an holy calling. Some of y'all talking about you want to call from the mayor so you can go visit the mayor. You want to call from the president so you can go see Obama. Are you kidding me? You got the highest calling on earth. God is calling you.
I had to push. Let's pray until something happens. In the meantime, I'ma keep God commandments. Glory to the Father, love for the Son. Hold fast to what I have until He come. Push, push. I had to push, push. I had to push, push. Let's pray until something happens. In the meantime, I'ma keep God commandments. Push. Go ahead and accept your fate. Some of y'all gon' reprobate. Some of y'all just can't relate. Boxed in like a featherweight. The prophet's back here to dominate. Eat cold cuts on the Sabbath day. Restitution is right on time. You know the Most High, He ain't never late. 2/3 on an open fire, while the 1/3 eating lamb and steak. I drink wine from the true vine. Read the Bible twice, now I'm awake. The 12 tribes, yeah, we here to stay. That's the punchline till we get the gates. I'm reaching for the kingdom so hard, I done damn near tore my shoulder blade. Deacon told me to hold the line like Spartacus, I ain't going away. By the way, them was Israelites. Tell Russell Crowe to his damn face. Surely his father have inherited lies. Now he checking everything he say. Show me proof of identification on his back to the Caucasus Mountains.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Truth. Hey y'all, so the topic for today is the 2030 agenda. Bishop Nathaniel, he been touching on it. When he first brought it out, it went over my head, you understand, but a sister brought it to my attention. She got to mentioning a lot of things about it, and it blew my mind, you understand? So we finna talk about it today, all right? The 2030 agenda. All right, before we get into it, go ahead and pull that article up real quick. The 2030 agenda, read that.
Transforming our world, The 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development.
Right. So it's about transforming the world as we know it. Scroll back up real quick. Notice it's of the United Nations. This is the United Nations website, right? So sustainable development for the world, to transform the world. And this is going to be accomplished by 2030. All right? Scroll down. Read.
Preamble. This agenda is a plan of action for people, planet, and prosperity. It also seeks to strengthen universal peace and larger freedom. We recognize that eradicating poverty in all its forms and dimensions, including extreme poverty, is the greatest global challenge and an indispensable requirement for sustainable development. All countries and all stakeholders acting in collaborative partnership will implement this plan. We are resolved to free the human race from the tyranny of poverty and want and to heal and secure our planet. We are determined to take the bold and transformative steps which are urgently needed to shift the world onto a sustainable and resilient path. As we embark on this collective journey, we pledge that no one will be left behind. The 17 Sustainable Developmental Goals and 169 targets, which are announcing today, demonstrate the scale and ambition of this new universal agenda.
All right. So we're going to come back to this, but I just want to give y'all a little, basically how the serpent is presenting the 2030 agenda. It sounds good, don't it? Eliminating all poverty,
right,
and bringing all the
equality,
to free the human race. You understand all of these? It sounds good, right? But I want to show y'all something. Go to Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. So we brought this out on Fix Your Face. According to the Bible, and I'm gonna show y'all, when they did a certain thing, the Lord said, all right, you know what I'm saying? Number your days.
Right.
Right? So deep down inside, they know something. I'm finna show y'all. Read what you got.
The book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 12.
Come on.
Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you.
So in the last days, right, it says, woe to the inhabitants of the earth, right? Meaning what? We gonna go through a lot of pandemics. You understand? We gonna go through a lot of systematically designed famines. We gonna have gas prices out of this world, right? All type of crashes and markets and things of that nature. Why? Because the devil is full of wrath. The devil has to do certain things and exercise many agendas because of what we're about to read. Start at woe to the inhabitants again.
Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
Y'all see that? So the devil know he got a short. What does that mean? He got a short time. Short time for what? He has a short time left in his rulership over the planet.
Right.
So I want to ask y'all something. Who rules the planet? Who is in charge? Who is the big dog?
Who is it?
The so-called white man.
Right.
According to the Bible, that is the devil. Now you might be thinking, yo, hey, y'all, that's hate, that's Muslim, that's Malcolm X. No. Understand. The word devil means deceiver.
Right.
Satan means adversary. This man, and we're going to prove it. Everything that God has written in the scriptures and with, the elements, the different things that God has made, the instruments of heaven, right? This white man is adverse to that. You understand?
That's right.
He is a clear adversary to what God said. Think about it.
Right.
LGBT, right? God destroyed with a perpetual destruction 5 cities for that activity. But the white man said, no, legalize gay marriage. LGBTQ rights. They're a community.
Right.
Respect them. Matter of fact, take his video down because that's, You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But God said there should be no sodomites of the sons of Israel. Right? God said that that's an abomination. God destroyed a land for that, plus 5 more cities.
Damn.
But, you know, this country is adverse to that. Right? They are clear adversary, and they have deceived the entire world for you to think that Jesus Christ is a white man. Right. God loves everybody. Right? You can come as you are. All of these things, none of them are in the Bible. Majority of people in the United States right now are celebrating Father's Day, and they commemorated that holiday in church.
Right.
You have been deceived to think that is a godly tradition. Who has deceived you? Who have bewitched you to take more pride and honor in these holidays and bring these into the church? And you have a church and you never ever commemorated Passover. God said that's a law. Jesus Christ, the Last Supper was at the what? Passover. Paul said in 1 Corinthians, let us keep the Passover. You understand? It's all throughout the Bible. Church never brought that out. But they bring out Mother's Day, Father's Day. You understand? Who has deceived you into thinking that way, moving that way? The devil. But guess what? It's the white man. You understand? That's who the Bible is talking about. And guess what? The white man know he got a short time left to reign over the world. He has a short time left. Every ruling kingdom in the past, you had what? Egypt. They dynasty. They had a lot of dynasties.
Right.
But it came to an end. They are no more as a power in the earth at all. You had Babylon. You understand? They had a great kingdom. That came down. Persia, they had a great kingdom. That came to an end. Greece, Rome, hell, they combined and made the Greco-Roman Empire. That came to an end. That had its age of decadence. You understand? And that came to an end. Guess what? America is no different. But the 2030 agenda, go ahead, you thinking that no, it's going to be like this to the end of time. They have mastered what it means to rule the world. You understand? That's what they want you to think. But deep down inside, they know they got a short time. So behind this agenda, it's a lot of hidden agendas that's going to cause woe to the inhabitants of the earth. We finna go through the great days of tribulation because the devil know he got a short time left. For real. Go to Obadiah chapter 1. Start at verse 1.
The book of Obadiah, verse 1.
Come on.
The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord God concerning Edom.
Concerning who?
Concerning Edom.
So, for the listeners on the Real Underground Radio, right, you have what the world knows people as or whatever, the worldly terms for nations, and then you have the biblical terms for nations. For example, if you want to read about Chinese people in the Bible, you have to follow the name Moab. That's their biblical name, right? If you want to follow the Saudi Arabians, their biblical history, you have to go by the name Ishmael in the Bible. That's what God calls them. They have biblical names for their nationalities.
Right.
Guess what? The so-called white man, the Caucasian, the European, guess what? He has a biblical name, and it is Edom. When he was born, his name was Esau, which means wasted away.
Right.
Because the melanin in his skin was wasted away. He was born red and hairy all over. You understand? That's why we call them rednecks in the South. That's why if they didn't invent the damn razor, they'll be walking around looking like Neanderthals.
Exactly.
You understand? God said, you know what? His name Esau, but call him Edom. Because what? He ate the red pottage, the raw meat. You understand? Edom means red. So the biblical name for the so-called white man is Edom. And we finna read prophecies concerning this nation, the nation of Edom, the so-called white man. All right, read on.
We have heard a rumor from the Lord.
Come on.
And an ambassador is sent among the heathen.
Read.
Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised.
The what?
Thou art greatly despised.
So these nations can't stand the white man. But the white man got power. You understand? The white man, like, look, you either gonna get with it or get lost. You understand? You gonna get with the program, you gonna roll with us or get rolled on. That's how the white man move. That's why they have the United Nations. The nations ain't got no choice but to collaborate with the so-called white man because he got power. But guess what? They hate his damn guts.
Right.
The white man in China got such a love-hate relationship. It's crazy.
Right.
It's like a damn a movie. You know what I'm saying? A fatal attraction, thin line between love and hate. You know what I'm saying? For real. And we're going to read about that too. You understand? But this nation, they are greatly despised. Read.
The pride of thine heart have deceived thee.
But check this out. Now, we just read in Revelation that they know that they got a short time. They know they got a short time. But the pride of their heart have deceived them. Think about this, right? So, they know, in a sense, that the reason that they have the rulership, just like in the Bible you read about Nebuchadnezzar, he acknowledged the God of Israel. He knew that because of God wanting to punish his people, that is why he had rulership over the planet Earth. King Cyrus, the same thing. He acknowledged the God of Israel because he knew that's who sat him in that seat of power to judge his people. You understand? In Herod, he put Herod to death in the book of Acts because he didn't give God the glory. You understand? It was always known throughout the scriptures that other nations outside of our people, when they rule the earth, they know it's because the Lord granted that for a time period to judge his people, right? But while the white man has been sat in his seat and granted power in different spiritual gifts, I guess you could say, by Satan, right? In this time period, they have developed what you call technology through science. You understand? And with all this technology that they have been able to create many, many miraculous things, many signs and wonders. You understand what Arya used to always say? They could drop a chemical bomb the size of a penny and wipe out a whole city. Right. You understand? They have established many things in the earth. Right now, you can put on a damn headset or some goggles and be in a whole metaverse. You understand? For real, have you ever watched an Avengers movie, a damn DC or Marvel movie?
I have.
The graphics, just the graphics alone. You understand? They have developed the science and technology to create these things. And guess what? It's not just for entertainment. It's not just for devices, iPods and laptops and things, and for tablets. Right. No, they have created weapons, nuclear weapons, all type of weapons. And in their mind, they can fight God now. They stand a chance. You understand? So they just remember with Pharaoh, right? Guess what? He knew Moses would do something. He would humble down and be like, all right, y'all can go. I don't stand a chance against God. And then what would God do? Harden his heart. Mm-hmm. You understand? That's what we reading right here in Obadiah.
Right.
The pride of the white man's heart has deceived him. His heart has been hardened by his pride. He think that through his technology and all of this stuff he's been able to establish in the earth, that he actually stands a chance against God. And he has created an agenda to prolong his rulership. When he know, per God, he has a short time.
Right.
Read on.
Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock,
Read.
Whose habitation is high.
Right. So we know their origin. They come from the Caucasus Mountains, the clefts of the rock, the caves of the earth. Read on.
That saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
That say what?
That saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
That's That's the white man's mentality.
Right.
Who shall bring me down to the ground? I'm the big bad wolf.
Right.
You remember Trump personality when he was in office.
Definitely.
He was like, who won't smoke? Who won't
Facts.
smoke with me? That's a song.
They don't want to smoke.
Who won't smoke with me? But that, y'all don't know that. All praise to the Most High God. Y'all don't know that song. That's a song. That was Trump personality. And then guess what? That was Bible prophecy concerning this man. Who gonna bring me down to the ground? As if God doesn't got the power to do that. Read on.
Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle.
They do what?
They exalt thyself as the eagle.
Clue here, biblical clue. What nation of people on the earth exalt themselves as the eagle? And been doing that all throughout history. When
Right.
you examine the Greeks, the Romans, you understand? The damn America, the conquest, Spain, England, they've always exalted themselves as the eagle. That's what you see on the back of your dollar. That's what you see at the top of the American flag. You understand? The eagle. Though they exalt themselves as the eagle, come on.
And though thou set thy nest among the stars.
And guess what? Eagles fly, right? So this same nation that exalt themselves as the eagle, they established what we know as NASA. You understand? Right. So this establishment was meant or created to enable them to space travel, right? So through that, they took the persona of the eagle to the next level. You understand? We gonna set our nest. We the eagle now.
Right.
And we gonna set our nest among the stars. Guess what they did in 1969? They landed on the moon, outer space,
Right.
beyond the firmament. You understand? They set their nest on the moon. What did Mr. Armstrong say when he stepped off the damn rocket ship onto the moon? He said the eagle has landed.
Message.
I think my Bible came alive. That was Bible. That is letting you know who Edom is. God said, even though, that's pretty badass, even though you set your nest among the stars, read.
Thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord.
God said, from that point will I start to bring you down. Ever since that point, 1969, the Israelites started waking up. The truth started coming out into the earth. And the United States of America has been slowly decaying as a nation, crumbling. And a lot of y'all don't understand that because y'all have been blinded. They got a smoke screen in front of your face, but everything is falling apart. And that's why they had to establish this agenda, right? But per this prophecy, they have known for a while, ever since they said they nest among the stars, they have a short time. God is bringing them down. But guess what? Their heart is hardened by their pride. Watch this. Go to Psalms chapter 49 and verse 11. This is the inward thought in their mind, in their heart. Even though God has said they have a short time. Let's read what you got.
The book of Psalms, chapter 49 and verse 11.
Come on.
Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever.
Read that again.
Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever.
Their inward thought is that their houses that they've established shall continue forever. Guess what? The white man's got a God complex. Y'all remember that song?
Right.
For real. He has a God complex, just like Pharaoh. That's why he got the pyramid on the back of his dollar in spiritual Egypt. Same thing. Even though God teased him, he sent them chariots out here at night. And the white man, you remember they were shooting at the chariots.
Right.
You understand? It couldn't. God be teasing them. They know they can't do nothing with the Lord. But their heart is hardened through their pride. In their mind, they still think with their technology that they stand a chance. That this nation is going to stand forever. Read on.
And their dwelling places to all generations.
And their dwelling places to all generations. We're going to read that in the agenda. Read on.
They called their lands after their own names.
And that's more confirmation of who this is talking about. Why do we call it America? Because there was a white man named Amerigo Vespucci.
Right.
Facts.
You understand? It's telling you who these people are, who the Bible is talking about. Now watch this. Go to Psalms chapter 64 and start at verse 5. So it said that their inward thought is that their land that they've established will continue forever. Watch this. Read what you got.
The book of Psalms, chapter 64 and verse 5.
Come on.
They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily.
They commune of laying traps secretly. Right? So it's a lot of secret agendas. It's a lot of secret agendas that they have in the earth. That's what the Bible says. They commune, meaning they come and counsel together and lay traps secretly. Read on.
They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search.
Read.
Both the inward thought of every one of them.
The inward thought of every last one of them is what?
And the heart is deep.
So now, we just read in chapter 49, verse 11, that their inward thought is that their land is going to last forever. Right? This scripture right here says their inward thought is deep. So what does this tell you? The depths that they will go to ensure that their land continues forever are immeasurable. It is very, very deep. They thought process and how they going to do this, how we going to be able to control this and control that. I'm telling you, it's a very deep, twisted agenda. And we going to expose it. All right, we going to expose it. That's what we going to do today. All right, so go back to the article. Okay. Let me see.
Scroll down.
Let me see. Scroll down. Nah, we didn't finish that. Go back up.
Right.
Start back at the 17 sustainable.
As we embark on this collective journey, we pledge that no one will be left behind. The 17 Sustainable Development Goals and 169 targets, which we are announcing today, demonstrate the scale and ambition of this new universal agenda. They seek to build on the Millennium Development, Development Goals and complete what these did not achieve. They seek to realize the human rights of all and to achieve gender equality and the empowerment of all women and girls. They are integrated and indivisible and balanced the three dimensions of sustainable development, the economic, social, and environmental. The goals and targets will stimulate action over the next 15 years in areas of critical importance for humanity and the planet.
Right. So notice it says over the next 15 years. So
Right.
So that tells you, like I said, this has been in effect since 2015 when Trump was in office. Or was that was before Trump, right? Right, a little bit before Trump. All right. So now read people.
People, we are determined to end poverty and hunger in all their forms and dimensions and to ensure that all human beings can fulfill their potential in dignity and equality and in a healthy environment.
So hold on, wait. Before we deal with the people thing, scroll back up real quick and read that last, read that, the goals and targets.
The goals and targets will stimulate action over the next 15 years in areas of critical importance for humanity and the planet.
Of critical importance for humanity and the planet. So I want y'all to go to 2 Ezra chapter 11 real quick, in verse 40. The white man has taken the initiative to lead and take charge over the planet Earth.
Right.
You understand? Right. That is what the white man has done. They want to take charge over the planet Earth. Read what you got.
The book of 2 Ezra chapter 11 and verse 40.
Come on.
And the fourth came. And the fourth came.
So the fourth, what is this talking about? When you read the book of Daniel, he prophesied about 4 kingdoms, right? Babylon, the Persian Medes, Greece, and then you had that fourth, right? Now, the Babylon was the lion. The Persians was the bear. and Greece was the leopard,
Right.
right? And that fourth one, it never revealed the beast, you know, the exact animal,
Right, yeah.
the exact animal specimen that it was, right? So the prophet Ezra, the Lord revealed it unto him. You understand? So he's going to expound on the fourth beast that Daniel spoke about in Daniel the 7th chapter and Daniel the 8th chapter. All right, read on.
And the fourth came and overcame all the beasts that were past.
Right. They overcame Babylon, Greece, Rome, right? Meaning what? They mastered, they are all those dynasties or empires combined in one. So whatever Babylon had that Greece lacked, you understand? America, they didn't put sugar and spice, everything nice in the pot.
Facts.
Right? They encompass all of those things, and they have become stronger than all of those past kingdoms. Read.
And had power over the world with great fearfulness.
They had power over the what?
Over the world with great fearfulness.
They got power over the world. Power over the world, Craig. Read on.
And over the whole compass of the earth.
Over the what?
And over the whole compass of the earth.
Over the whole compass of the earth. That's how you know it's not flat. You understand?
Facts.
But over the whole compass of the earth, meaning in America, all the way to Australia, Antarctica, Africa, right? They got power to do what the hell they want to do. And their agenda is not only affecting the United States of America, it's affecting the entire earth. You understand? They got power over the whole compass of the earth with what?
With much wicked oppression.
With much what?
Wicked oppression.
Nah, solutions in the 2030 agenda.
Wicked oppression.
Much wicked oppression. And I'm finna show y'all that's what the agenda is all about.
Right.
It's much wicked oppression. Read on.
And so long time dwelt he upon the earth with deceit.
With what?
With deceit.
With deceit. Letting you know this fourth beast is the devil.
Right.
He is the deceiver. You understand? And that deceit, meaning that trickery, you have been beguiled to believe that he is made in the image of God. America was established via manifest destiny. God granted them the power to rape, rob, murder, enslave the blacks, natives, the blacks and the natives.
Right.
That's what they have deceived you to believe. You understand? Now watch this. Read verse 45.
Verse 45.
Uh-huh.
And therefore appear no more, thou eagle.
Thou what?
Thou eagle.
So it's going to come to a point that they are no more. That's what the Bible is prophesying. But I'm showing you what Daniel didn't tell you, Ezra is telling you. That fourth beast is the eagle. Who is the eagle that we read earlier? The nation of Edom.
Right.
So who is the last ruling kingdom of the earth? The so-called white man, right? That means he has to be the nation of Edom, biblically. That has to be his identity. Mm-hmm. That is the eagle.
Right.
You understand? The same one that set his nest among the stars, that's who gonna rule over the earth with much wicked oppression. And that's what we going to unravel within this 2030 agenda. Now watch this. Go to chapter 16. You were finna say something?
Yeah, I just had a quick scripture. Hey, can we go to Genesis before you get that? Genesis chapter 27. Just quick on Esau, because we was talking about Esau. Let's see the blessings that he was going to have. And it just coincides with the scripture you just brought out. Much wickedness they were going to rule the earth. Verse 39.
The book of Genesis, chapter 27 and verse 39.
Read.
And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth.
And we see that today, the fatness of the earth, the riches, the best places you see, the Beverly Hills, what are some of the other places? The Hollywood, all of these places, they dwell in these nice places on the cliffs, right? Read.
And of the dew of heaven from above.
Read.
And by the sword.
By the what?
And by the sword.
And by the sword, what?
Shalt thou live.
They were going to live by the sword. So people were going to be afraid of them. Because they got nukes they can drop on you. I'm afraid. This man, like you say, he could drop a penny on my head and take, matter of fact, he took out whole Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yeah, he did.
That's the fear that the white man would have upon the world. by the sword. Live by the sword.
Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Yeah, Japan ain't got nothing on them.
One bomb.
Damn.
For real.
Nah, let's see. Go. What you need?
Oh, 2 Ezra 16.
2 Ezra 16 and verse 8.
The book of 2 Ezra, chapter 16 and verse 8. The mighty Lord sendeth the plagues.
The mighty Lord sendeth the what?
The plagues.
So what you see going on in the world, and I'm going to just say the natural disasters, because we know a lot of this stuff is actually by the hands of the so-called white man, right? But it's still the Lord pulling the strings and whatnot. But let's just say like the earthquakes in diverse places, the famines throughout the earth, things of that nature, right? The Lord is sending these plagues because it's the end. It's a short time they got left. The Lord is sending the plagues. Read.
And who is he that can drive them away?
So the Lord, this is a rhetorical question. Nobody can drive these plagues away.
Right.
They coming and they not stopping. The 2030 agenda is, remember, Satan means adversary.
Right.
They are telling you that they will drive these plagues away. We're going to end poverty. We're going to end this. We're going to end that.
Cap.
All of that, right?
World hunger.
You understand? The Lord said, can't nobody drive away my plagues. The white man said, yes, we can. Now, that's what Obama said, ain't it?
Right. Yes, we can.
Yes. The so-called white man, the United States of America, said they can drive away the plagues that the Lord is sending in the earth. Read verse 18.
Verse 18. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings. The beginning of famine and great death. The beginning of wars and the powers.
Hold on, wait. The beginning of famine and great death. Great death. That's what we've been seeing for the past few years.
Right.
A lot of people dying. You understand? Read on.
The beginning of wars and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come?
So the white man said, when these evils come, we going to make an agenda and we going to overcome. The pride of their heart has deceived them. You understand? Well, let's get into it, man. Well, before we get into it, real quick, I'm sorry. We got to take a quick 1-minute break. All right? Real quick. Please do not go nowhere. It's finna go down on Let's Talk Truth. All right? But stay tuned, please.
Right.
Run that.
Thanking the Lord that he gave me the force. Watching my 6, all of them losses I cannot afford. Me and my brothers stay on one accord. Me and my bros, we going to war. Step out. They bringing nations and feds out. What? They bringing nations and feds out. You a traitor getting exiled. What? Book of life, you getting next out. Demons, snakes, scheming, they hate. Creeping, they fake. Weeping, they deep in that lake. They think they getting away. The king of the Jews on the way on that third wall. No, he ain't gonna play. Look at the order and I get a wiggin'. Casting them down position. Blood, it get the dripping. Dash them all, leaving children. We gotta carry the mission. Sword on my hip and I'm gripping. Asking God to see the finish. That new body gon' be different. The enemies get to begging please after all they did to the chosen seed. Man, that recompense that was heaven sent. Gotta smite them all right, don't they cheat. Every door got its day and I pray that I be there to put them away. Now they bow when they knees with a foot on their face. Man,
Welcome back to Let's Talk Truth. All right, we finna get into it, y'all. This the best part of the show. Don't go nowhere. All right, it's finna go down. All right, read people. Scroll down on the article.
People.
Read that.
We are determined to end poverty and hunger in all their forms and dimensions, and to ensure that all human beings can fulfill their potential in dignity and equality and in a healthy environment.
So I want y'all to understand. That sounds good, right? Ending poverty and hunger. individuals fulfilling their potential in a healthy environment.
Yeah, sure.
The underlying agenda for people, write this down, is depopulation.
Right.
The danger to your safety and your health and all of that in poverty is because the earth is being overpopulated according to them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the underlying agenda behind the agenda of the people, how they aim to fulfill that agenda for the people,
right,
is to depopulate the people. And we're going to show you guys that. All right, now watch this. Jump down to number 24. What you about
I want
to
to say real quick, think about them trying to end hunger and poverty. When how many years they've been in Africa talking about feed the kids? Them kids still hungry. They still got big fat stomachs with bugs in it. Them Africans over there in Africa, they ain't stopped the hunger in Africa yet. You know they ain't gonna have it. This agenda is not going through. It's not gonna happen.
Scroll down to number 24. Scroll down to number 24. All right, read that.
Number 24. We are committed to ending poverty in all its forms and dimensions, including by eradicating extreme poverty by 2030. All people must enjoy a basic standard of living, including through social protection systems.
Stop.
Wow.
It says all people must enjoy a basic standard of living.
Damn.
Y'all know what this means, right? Everything is going to be controlled. That's why you have, the yearly census and things of that nature, right?
Right.
Everything is going to be controlled by the government. You understand? And they making it sound good. Social protection system. That sound like some damn martial law to me. I don't know.
That's what I was finna say. That don't sound good.
I don't know.
Sound like martial law.
I don't know. Let's keep reading though.
We are also determined to end hunger and to achieve food security as a matter of priority, and to end all forms of malnutrition.
Sound like the Hunger Games. Go ahead.
Facts.
Come on.
In this regard, we reaffirm the important role and inclusive nature of the Committee on World Food Security and welcome the Rome Declaration on Nutrition and Framework for Action.
Hey, anything with Rome in it.
Facts.
Hey, fire up on that, man. Come on, man. Hey, you should know it's evil. It got anything to do with Rome. Keep reading, though.
We will devote resources to developing rural areas.
To developing what?
Rural areas.
Yeah, sure.
And sustainable agriculture and fisheries, supporting smallholder farmers, especially women farmers, herders, and fishers in developing countries, particularly least developed countries.
That's cap. But we finna show y'all something, all right? Real quick. Go to agweek.com. Everything should be in order. Agweek.com. Yeah. That's it. I want to show y'all something. So they basically telling you with smooth words they're about to control the production of food.
Facts.
You understand? They finna take control of the farms and things of that nature for the people. All right? Put that on the screen.
The title. Entity linked to billionaire Bill Gates pays $13.5 million for Campbell Farms, North Dakota farmland.
For Campbell Farms, North Dakota. So a remote area, right? He paid $13.5 million to control that farmland. Now watch this. Records show
that the Campbell Potato Farming Group, based in Grafton, North Dakota, has transferred more than $13 million worth of farmland to entities tied to Bill Gates, the billionaire co-founder of Microsoft, who is reputedly the nation's largest farmland owner.
He's the nation's what?
Largest farmland owner.
Now look at this guy. This guy is a geek, nerd, you know what I'm saying? Times Square, whatever, that deals with technology, Microsoft.
Right.
Right? Bill Gates. He don't look like he ever had a damn
anything.
A garden tool.
You're right.
Ever in his life.
Ever.
But he is reputedly the nation's largest farmland owner.
Damn.
He ain't doing no farming. You understand? But he got the most farm. Now, it's not that he owned most of the farmland in America, but he is the largest farmland owner, meaning all of the out of all the individuals that own farmland in the United States, he owns the most. Right?
Right.
So now, this is why you should be afraid. Real quick, go to the next link, that clip on YouTube.
Be very afraid.
This is why y'all should be afraid. All right? Just think about it. Play that. Play that real quick.
Unmute it too.
Press play.
First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%. But there we see an increase of about 1.3.
Hey.
Wait a minute.
Hey.
Wait a minute.
So
he said lower.
He said kill them all. That's what he said.
I'm sorry, my bad. They don't listen to that part. Go ahead.
So, just in case you think I'm bugged out, maybe we misinterpreting that, right? I mean, it clearly sounds like the goal for, whatever agenda he's pushing involves decreasing the population for the betterment of the planet. You understand? And if we work hard with vaccines, what do you say? Healthcare development, things of that nature, we can decrease the population.
15%. That's a lot.
Now, Microsoft, computers, he don't got nothing to do with health, farming, none of that. But his hand is all in the midst of all of that. Now watch this.
You said Thanos?
Go to that next link. Go to that
what I
next
was
link.
thinking. That's Thanos right there. You're trying to snap it and make it happen.
I'm finna show y'all something. Now this is another Edomite somewhere else in the world.
But it's really.
But I want y'all to pay close attention to what he's finna say. Play that.
I think that it's really a fulfilling of a dream that we had together with my leadership team when we started in 19. The first week we met in January of 19 in California, and to set up the goals for the next 5 years. And one of them was by 2023, we will reduce the number of people in the world by 50%. I think today, this dream is becoming reality.
Listen. Y'all don't understand the power. Y'all don't understand the power you got to have to be able to say, our plan was to decrease the world's population by 50%. And I feel like that is coming true, and the people clap. That is some evil. Listen, that is some evil right there. Now, when we reading the 2030, this is started in 2015. Basically, what he's saying is, listen, we have made some milestones in this thing. We are reaching our goals for the people, but it's really killing the people for real.
That's crazy, man.
And these the same people buying up all this farmland, got something involved, some type of involvement with these damn food banks all around the world being burnt down. These millions of cattle, thousands, hundreds, whatever cattle just mysteriously dropping dead. This is not coincidental, guys. This is the plan for the people to extend their rulership. They got to kill a lot of people.
Right.
And they can't just go around shooting people in the head. You understand? They got to do it systematically. We read they rule with much wicked oppression, guys. Listen up. All right, go back to the article. Make sure y'all pay attention, man. This stuff, it get deep. It get deep. Go back to the article. The Transforming Our World.
United Nations.
The first one. Go back up. Go up to Planet. Now this the one we got to touch on a little bit on Fix Your Face Friday, and then a little 30-minute
Snapshot.
session. Yeah.
Planet.
Snapshot.
We are determined to protect the planet from degradation, including through sustainable consumption and production, sustainably managing its natural resources, and taking urgent action on climate change so that it can support the needs of the present and future generations.
So it can support the needs of the present and future generations. So they are going to do things that involve the planet. Now watch this. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. Now, we know that the Lord is the creator of the heavens and the earth, right? He made the planets. He made the sun, the moon, etc., etc. Now, let me show y'all something. 2 Thessalonians 2, verse 3.
The book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first.
So what Paul is addressing, there was a lot of rumors going on back in the day, back in his day, about Christ returning at that time. But Christ gave him the understanding that no, right? And he brought it out in Luke the 21st chapter. Before I can return, the days of vengeance have to be fulfilled. Jerusalem has to fall again, and the Israelites have to go into slavery. You understand? Led captive throughout the four corners of the earth. That's the falling away that had to take place before Christ's return. Read on.
And that man of sin be revealed.
And that man of sin be revealed. Because I know we read the devil. No, he got a short time. It's still in somebody's mind. They're talking about the devil. No, the man of sin. Say just like we the vessels of God on the earth. Right. We the sons of God.
Right.
The devil has a particular nation of people that he is doing his bidding through.
Dominion.
The man of sin. That is the so-called white man. Guess what?
Right.
He got to be revealed first.
That's right.
Before Christ's return. That's what we doing right now. That's why the Lord has this avenue open of Let's Talk Truth Radio.
Right.
Because this prophecy we gotta reveal the man of sin. Come on.
The son of perdition.
Read.
Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God.
He opposes and exalts himself above all that is called God. Now I want y'all to think about that, right? The word oppose. Right? You know the term that's popular in the earth today, ops.
Facts.
That's short for opposition.
Right.
One who opposes you. There is a man of sin, a nation of people on the earth that oppose everything that is of God. And they exalt themselves above everything that is of God. Watch this, read on.
Or that is worshipped.
Come on.
So that he, as God,
sitteth
in the temple of God.
So this is a context clue. This man would sit in the temple of God, meaning the church. Read.
Showing himself that he is God.
In the images that we would know when you Google God. When you Google Jesus, who's going to pop up? Who's showing himself as God?
White.
Finish that out. Was that it?
Yes, sir. Verse 5. If you want
so, no. That's it. So, the same man who is showing himself as God is really the op of God. He is God's number one op. You understand? And I'm finna show y'all his main mechanism of opposition. 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 20. Now, mind you, don't lose the thought. We still dealing with planet. The 2030 agenda as it pertains to the planet. Watch this. Read that.
The book of 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 20.
Come on.
O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust.
So, Timothy, keep what's committed to your trust, meaning what? The word of God. Come on.
Avoiding profane and vain babblings. And oppositions of science.
And what?
Oppositions.
Oppositions of what?
Of science.
Of science. Now, wait a minute. So, I want to clear it up before it's, you know what I'm saying? God is not against science. God gave Solomon understanding of science. Right. Daniel had understanding of science, right? The world is nature and all that. It all has its science.
Right.
But you have oppositions of science, meaning what? The white man is able to manipulate science to oppose the nature that God has established in the earth. You understand? There are just think about it like this, right? And we're going to read it. We're going to read the scripture. But God says the Son runs hastily at the commandment of God, right? Meaning what? The sun goes up, the sun moves, it goes in a circuit. You understand? So the white man has told you, in school we had to do the y'all remember y'all had to do the solar system?
Yeah,
you had to make it out of
the whole model.
styrofoam and all that. They've been told you that the solar system is heliocentric. Ain't that the term for it?
Sounds
Meaning that
familiar.
the sun is in the middle.
Right.
And everything revolves around the sun.
Exactly. Yeah.
That is the opposite of what God said in the Bible.
Right.
You understand? That is the opposite of what God said. These people, through their science, oppose God. Understand that. Oppositions of science. Read on.
Falsely so called.
And that's why it's not really the science that you learn in school. It's not the science that God gave Solomon and Daniel deep understandings of.
Right.
You understand? It is falsely so-called science.
Right.
But it's really meant and set up to oppose God. So with their technology and all their science and the different things that they are able to do through the manipulation thereof is to oppose God. To oppose God. Now watch this. Ezekiel 28 verse 3. Matter of fact, let me just prove what I said real quick about Daniel. Go to Daniel chapter 1. Daniel chapter 1 and verse... Daniel chapter 1. Where is it at? In verse 4.
The book of Daniel, chapter 1 and verse 4. Children in whom was no blemish, but well favored, and skillful in all wisdom, and cunning in knowledge, and understanding science.
And understanding what?
Science.
So this was the criteria that Daniel met. You understand? This leads to his involvement in the Babylonian kingdom. That's why he was set up to be who he was, right? Now watch this. Go to Ezekiel 28 verse 3. So Daniel understood science. But this is what God said about this last ruling kingdom on the earth. Read what you got.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 28 and verse 3.
Come on.
Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel.
So now, Daniel had some wisdom when it came to science. You understand? But these people are wiser than Daniel. Their technology is on another level. Like we said on Fix Your Face, I could type up something right now, press send, and somebody on the other side of the world, way in China, their phone is going to ding instantly.
Right.
You understand? I can look you in your face while you thousands of miles away through a phone screen. You understand? They have what Bishop said yesterday, us going by the U.S. Capitol marching. Right. Guess what? They got drones that process facial recognition. Don't Walmart got that?
Yes.
Yeah. Listen, they know everything about you. Don't Look Up, the movie.
Right.
The Bill Gates character in that movie
Facts.
told that man exactly how he was going to die.
Right.
He was able to tell him how he was going to die. You understand? We know everything about you through algorithms and all. Algorithms! What the hell is that? We all know that word, but do we really know that word?
No.
For real, they are wiser than Daniel with their science, their technology. Read on.
There is no secret that they can hide from thee.
There is no secret that you can hide from. Why? Because they exalt themselves as God.
Right.
We know God know our thoughts.
All seen.
He know things before it happened. The white man said, "Oh, we're gonna be the same way." That's why you can have a conversation about I want to buy a hoverboard, and you get on Facebook, and the first ad that pop up is a damn hoverboard. You see what I'm saying? They listen. They want to be God so bad, and through their empowerment, through Satan, the work, what is saying, 2 Thessalonians, the working, lying wonders of Satan and all of that, they are able to sell these dreams and put it in your mind like, look, we done made rocket ships, we got cars that drive themselves, all of that, right? They want to make chariots. They see God chariots in the earth, and they said, no, we going to compete with that. They are oppositions of science. Understand? Y'all got to know who y'all dealing with.
They got body suits that make them fly with, the jetpacks.
Yeah.
They flying and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm telling you, these movies, listen, it's stuff that's already in the works for real. They just not going to unravel it yet. They wait until it's really, really wartime, I'm telling you. Now watch this. Go to that screenshot. Oppositions of science. They want to oppose God, and they're going to do it with their science. All right? Read that real quick.
This from Economic Times. Bill Gates, Harvard University, back solar geoengineering to fight global warming. Aim, dim the sun.
So Bill Gates is working with solar engineering, working with Harvard University to produce solar engineering that would dim the sun. So real quick, go to Sirach chapter 43. Matter of fact, before we do that, go to that article. No. Get off of that. Get off of that screenshot. Go to that article about Bill Gates blocking the sun. This is how he gonna dim the sun. All right, put that on the screen.
This from Forbes. A Bill Gates venture aims to spray dust into the atmosphere to block the sun. What could go wrong?
So this is with him at Harvard University. This is the solar geoengineering or whatever. They're going to spray dust into the atmosphere to block the sun. Read the first paragraph.
Microsoft's billionaire founder Bill Gates is financially backing the development of sun-dimming technology that would potentially reflect sunlight out of Earth's atmosphere, triggering a global cooling effect.
So now, and I heard through the grapevine that Bill Gates was trying to buy rights to the sun, but the United Nations denied him. Right. He was trying to buy rights to the sun. So, all right, you don't want to give me rights to the sun? Bet. We gon' develop a science to dim the sun. Watch this. Keep reading.
The stratospheric controlled perturbation experiment launched by Harvard University scientists aims to examine the solution by spraying non-toxic calcium carbonate dust into the atmosphere, a sun-reflecting aerosol that may offset the effects of global warming.
So now, instead of just humbling down and giving the Israelites their land back and letting us enforce God's laws into the earth to properly make the earth function,
right?
You understand? No. We gonna make the solution for global warming of blocking the sun.
Say, we got this.
Because you know the real cause of global warming, it's all the pollution that they got in the earth. All the chemicals, the different things. They have destroyed the ozone layer. That's why. They destroyed the firmament of the Lord with all their damn technology. All their chemicals and all of that they got pumping throughout the earth. But they said, no, we're not going to repent from that. We are going to dim the damn sun. Watch this. Go to the last paragraph in this article.
Too much money in that.
Go to the last paragraph. My bad, it's not the last paragraph. Scroll up.
It's the David Keith.
Let me see. Scroll up. David Keith. Yeah.
Scroll down.
It's down.
Go down to David Keith.
Scroll down.
One more.
Scroll down.
Right there.
Yep, that's it. Read that.
David Keith, a professor of applied physics and public policy at Harvard University, recognizes the very many real concerns of geoengineering.
So this plan comes with very many real concerns. It's very risky. You understand? It's very risky, boss. Read on.
It is true that no one knows what will happen until the CaCO3 is released and then studied afterwards.
That sounds just like in that movie. Don't look up. We really don't know what's going to happen, but we got to try it. You understand? And if all hell break loose, guess what? we got a rocket ship that's gonna take us to Mars.
Back.
We gonna start over somewhere else, goddammit. But we gonna try this. We gonna roll the dice with this. Keep reading.
Keith and fellow Scopex scientists published a paper in 2017 suggesting that the dust may actually replenish the ozone layer by reacting with ozone-destroying molecules.
Y'all see that? Look, oppositions of science. They destroying the firmament, but no, we're gonna. And you know how you get cut and your body forces itself to heal because you see what I'm saying?
Right.
We're going to destroy and undestroy the ozone layer at the same damn time. Deceitful. They the damn devil, y'all.
Man,
Keep reading.
Further research on this and similar methods could lead to reductions in risks and improved efficacy of solar geoengineering methods, write the authors of the paper.
Now watch this. Go to Sirach chapter 43. So they trying to play with the sun, y'all. They trying to play with the damn sun. Start at verse 1.
The book of Sirach chapter 43 and verse 1.
Come on.
The pride of the height, the clear firmament, the beauty of heaven with his glorious show. The sun, when it appeareth, declaring at his rising, a marvelous instrument, the work of the Most High.
Stop. So the sun is the work of the Most High.
Right.
You understand? The sun do what God wanted, and we're going to read that.
Right,
but the point is, the sun is the work of the Most High. And they trying to play with the sun. Read on.
Verse 3. At noon it parcheth the country, and who can abide the burning heat thereof?
Read.
A man blowing a furnace is in works of heat, but the sun burneth the mountains 3 times more, breathing out fiery vapors, and sending forth bright beams. It dimmeth the eyes.
Read.
Great is the Lord that made it.
Great is the Lord that made the sun. Read.
And at his commandment it runneth hastily.
So the sun do what the hell the Lord tell it to do. So if it is causing global warming, damn it's because the Lord want to judge the earth like that. But the white man said, no, we are going to dim you. Even though you're the work of the Most High, you're doing what God is telling you to do. We are going to fight back. We're going to oppose you. You understand? So now, they dim the sun. They create these particles or whatever to dim the sun and all of that. They said, you know what? We don't even need your sun, God, because your sun is messing up our agenda. We going to make our own damn sun. All right, now watch this. I'm going to show y'all. Go to the Smithsonian. I'll show y'all something. Read that.
China's artificial sun just broke a record for longest sustained nuclear fusion.
Now, in case you weren't paying attention, I know we got a short attention span.
We do.
China has an artificial sun. We read about the sun that God made. It's the work of the Most High. But these nations coming together, making their own artificial sun. Scroll down. Scroll down. I just want the first paragraph.
In a new world record, China's artificial sun artificial sun project has sustained a nuclear fusion reaction for more than 17 minutes, reports Anthony Cuthbertson for The Independent. In the latest experiment, superheated plasma reached 126 million degrees Fahrenheit. That's roughly 5 times hotter than the sun, which radiates a scorching 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit at the surface and about 27 million degrees Fahrenheit at its core.
You can't make this up. We just read about the scorching heat that God's sun produces that nobody can abide, and they made an artificial sun that gets 5 times hotter. Through what? Through science. Oppositions of science.
They gotta go.
Now go to astronomy.com. It don't stop with just the sun either. Go to astronomy.com.
Astronomy. China is launching artificial moons in urban areas.
Yeah, so it ain't just artificial suns. They also got artificial moons. Read on.
Forget streetlights. One Chinese city may soon rely on an artificial satellite to light its nighttime sky.
Damn.
Come on now, dog.
Ooh-wee. Now in Genesis it said the Lord made 2 great lights to give light up on the earth.
Damn.
China said, "Now we gonna make more. We gonna make more lights."
Hey.
Read on.
In one Chinese city, costly street lights could soon be a thing of the past. By 2020, the Tianfu New Era Science Society plans to launch an artificial moon to light up the night sky. If the plan goes through, the so-called illumination satellite would orbit above the Chinese city of Chengdu and glow in conjunction with the actual moon, but shine 8 times brighter.
You see that? They trying to outdo the Lord.
Hey, you know,
they trying to outdo the Lord. They oppose it in exaltive all that is called God. I'm telling you. That is which the Bible, my Bible is coming to life.
They trying to be God for real. And that's what we was talking about last time, that the Chinese man want to be just like the white man.
Exactly.
They trying to act like that they're going to bring the kingdom, because the kingdom talks about the moon and the sun being brighter.
Exactly.
So they said, well, we can make that happen now. Let's make the sun, let's make a sun that's 5 times brighter than the sun now, and let's make a moon that's going to shine in the night. It's going to be bright like it's day.
Damn.
8 times brighter than the moon.
That's crazy.
Read on.
The organization says it will launch 3 more satellites in 2022, potentially replacing streetlights in urban areas. The plans were announced by Wu Changfang, head of the society, at an innovation conference in Chengdu on October the 10th. Chu Fang told China Daily that the satellite launching from the Xi'an Satellite Launch Center will orbit about 300 miles above the city and use the mirror-like coating to reflect sunlight down to Earth. Despite shining light in a similar way, the satellite boasts one advantage that the moon doesn't.
Watch this.
Human control.
Damn! See, they can't control the moon because God controlling it. And we're going to read that too.
And they can't get on there.
So, they notice how that's worded. This artificial moon has the advantage of human control. You know what? Y'all got to look at this thing spiritually. The Lord, the earth, everything was made for the Israelites' sake.
That's right.
It's really common sense when you think about it. If we are oppressing the people of God, God is going to cause these instruments that he created to malfunction. You understand? Just like the Lord used the earth to destroy Pharaoh, to destroy Egypt. Right? The Lord is going to cause these different things that he created to malfunction to judge us when he decides to judge these nations. Right? For oppressing his people. They know this. You understand? So you know what? Instead of humbling down, repenting, letting your people go, and it's of the Lord because he hardened their heart. We are going to make our own damn moon that we can control, that it's going to work to our benefit, that we don't have to use these costly things to keep our towns lit up through the night and things of that nature. You understand? We're going to create our own. We're going to oppose God through our science. Watch this. Read on.
Chun Feng says that both the location and brightness of the human-made moon can be changed, and that it can be completely shut off if necessary. And since the satellite is mobile, it can assist in disaster relief by beaming light on areas that lost power.
You can't make this up.
Hey, I'm sorry,
Hey,
real quick.
I want.
If you notice too, because it's a couple little keys in here, and I know you probably picked it out, Officer Manuel, earlier about giving the women more control of the farms and stuff.
Right.
That all these things are like kill switches if you think about it. If women got more control of something, right? Women are weaker. It just is what it is. They can just to wage war on a woman or keep them in place is so much easier. These moons and suns that they can control, they can shut that crap off as soon as you don't follow in line. Just like they said, it's going to be under this certain level of control. They'll be able to control it. So as soon as we go against it in any kind of way, the moon's off. It's blackness. Or the sun's off. Whatever it is, your source of energy, all of that.
Nigga.
They just shut it off.
Hey,
ridiculous.
Can I add to it real quick?
Go ahead.
Because think about this. We read in the first article, it was a part we read pertaining to them wanting to heal and secure our planet. Right. So if they got devices like this, they can control something that's super hot, and then the moon, right? They gonna turn these things into weapons to secure our planet. From who? From God.
Exactly.
Man, they the damn devil the Bible speak of, man. You
Now,
can't make
I
it
know
up.
what y'all thinking. Y'all thinking this is China. This is not the white man. Go to 2nd Ezra 15. We went
one
over
and the
this
same.
on Friday. We got to bring it out.
Right.
2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 46.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15 and verse 46.
Come on.
And thou Asia.
Thou who?
And thou Asia.
Thou who?
And thou Asia.
Who is Asia?
Chang Chong.
Chung Fang, what it say? Chung Fang?
Chung Fang.
Chung Fang.
Chung Fang.
Yes. Asia, come on.
That art partaker of the hope of Babylon.
They are partakers of the hope of America. That's the biblical name for America, Babylon the Great.
That's right.
China are partakers with the hope of Babylon. What's the hope of Babylon? The 2030 agenda.
Right.
To control everything in the world. You understand? We got our own sun and moon. When we want it to light up, we gonna make it light up. For real.
It's crazy.
They want to extend this earth to future generations when God got a whole nother plan. You understand that? But Asia, China in particular, they are partakers with the hope of Babylon. Read.
And art the glory of her person. Woe be unto thee, thou wretched, because thou hast made thyself like unto her.
Because you have made yourself like America. You have made technology to oppose God. Read.
Right. And hast decked thy daughters in whoredom, that they might please and glory in thy lovers, which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee.
Come on.
Thou hast followed her, that is hated in all her works and inventions. Therefore saith God.
Right, you have followed America that is hated in all her works and inventions, and you have invented things like America.
Right.
You have literally followed behind America. Read on.
Therefore saith God, I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, to waste thy houses with destruction and death.
So that's why the Lord gonna tear their ass up.
Right.
Now go to Revelations 11 and verse 18. It's a precept. The Lord is going to judge them for doing what they doing to. Because believe it or not, all of this stuff is only doing more damage to the planet. Because God is in control at the end of the day. God made the planet. It has to operate the way that God instructed humans to do their part in making sure it operates properly. If humans aren't doing their part to ensure that it operates properly, guess what? It is going to malfunction.
Right.
It's going to malfunction. So instead of them, like I said, doing what the Bible said to do to maintain the earth, they are trying to generate other things to circumvent the nature of God. And it is inadvertently destroying the earth that they're trying to save and preserve. Read what you got.
The book of Revelation, chapter 11 and verse 18.
Come on.
And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great.
Watch this.
And shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth.
That's America and Asia. You understand? God is going to destroy them that are destroying the earth with their technology, with the pollution, with the science. God said he is going to destroy them that destroy the earth. You understand that? Go back to the transforming our world. Transforming our world, the first article. Now we're dealing with we're gonna deal with prosperity and peace.
Prosperity. We are determined to ensure that all human beings can enjoy prosperous and fulfilling lives, and that economic, social, and technological progress occurs in harmony with nature. Peace. We are determined to foster peaceful, just, and inclusive societies which are free from fear and violence. There can be no sustainable development without peace, and no peace without sustainable development.
Now watch this. Go to Daniel chapter 8, verse 25. So we're reading about prosperity and peace as a part of the 2030 agenda. All right? Daniel chapter 8, verse 25.
The book of Daniel, chapter 8 and verse 25.
This is about the fourth beast. Come on.
And through his policy, also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand.
Stop. It says through his policy. Real quick. Go to the OHCHR article. Through his policy. All right. Scroll down. Scroll down. This is another United Nations, what's the word, branch, you could say.
Right.
And they talking about their role in the 2030 agenda. All right? Read as part of our mission.
As part of our mission, we work with states, other parts of the UN development system, national human rights institutions, civil society, and other stakeholders on the following key areas. Intergovernmental engagement, global policy.
So the 2030 agenda for sustainable development involves global policy. Global policy, right? Go back to that. Now, we just read about prosperity and peace.
Right.
Read Daniel 8:25.
The book of Daniel, chapter 8 and verse 25. And through his policy.
Through his what?
And through his policy.
Through his global policy. Because remember, he ruled over the whole compass of the earth with much wicked oppression. So he is able to enforce global policy. Through his global policy, come on.
And through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand.
He shall cause craft to prosper. What is craft? Craftiness, deceit, trickery. You know, things that will instill hope in you, but it's really in opposition to God.
Right.
It's angering God. But through these agendas, through these policies, he will cause that craft or that crap to prosper. Read on.
And he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many.
By peace shall destroy. Wait a minute. Ain't that an oxymoron?
You know what's up.
By his peace he shall destroy many. I'm going to tell y'all something. Remember, we read in Obadiah that they are greatly despised. So how, even though he's greatly despised, he is confederate with so many nations. You got the United Nations, right? Through his peace, it's the art of war. Psalms 55. He's able to, his words smoother than butter, but he really got war in his mind the whole time. Exactly. Finish that out, verse 25.
Verse 25. By peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes.
That's Christ. And I went over that in another class. I'm telling you, it's all about going to war with Christ and the angels, man. That's what this is all about.
Right.
They're going to stand up against the prince of princes, read.
But he shall be broken without hand.
But they're going to be broken without hand. But the Lord is hard in their heart to think in their mind that they stand a chance. You understand? Now go back to the article. So that their prosperity and peace, that's going to be established through their policy. You understand? Now, don't forget that word policy. Go back to the transforming our world. Let's deal with partnership. Read
Partnership. We are determined to mobilize the means required to implement this agenda through a revitalized global partnership for sustainable development based on a spirit of strengthened global solidarity, focused in particular on the needs of the poorest and most vulnerable, and with the participation of all countries.
He glitched. That was a glitch.
Damn.
Hold on now.
You been controlled?
Let me find out. Now go ahead.
And most vulnerable, and with the participation of all countries, all stakeholders, and all people. The interlinkages and integrated nature of the Sustainable Development Goals are of crucial importance in ensuring that the purpose of the new agenda is realized. If we realize our ambitions across the full extent of the agenda, the lives of all will be profoundly improved and our world will be transformed for the better.
All right, now watch this. First Maccabees chapter 8. Let's start at verse 1. So basically, partnership is dealing with the linkages, the interlinkages of all these nations, right? Prosperity, peace, partnership, those three are all intertwined through policy, global policy. Understand that. First Maccabees 8 and 1. This is America Senior, right? This is the first America, known as Rome. Let's read about them. First Maccabees 8 and 1.
The book of First Maccabees, chapter 8 and verse 1. Now Judas had heard of the fame of the Romans.
Fame of the who?
Of the Romans.
Fame of the Romans. The same people that rule the world today. They was destroyed. They fell. But they said, we're going to rebuild the desolate places. You understand? We're going to restore. And that's in Revelation when they talk about the beast, their deadly wound was healed. That was America being rebirthed, or Rome being rebirthed as America. That's what the Renaissance era is about. All right, read that.
That they were mighty and valiant men.
Come on.
And such as would lovingly accept all that joined themselves unto them.
You see that? So the Romans, they would lovingly accept whoever joined themselves unto them. That's how you got these leagues of nations. Read on.
Right. And make a league of amity with all that came unto them.
Amity is another word for with peace. Through their peace, they going to destroy many. These nations have no idea what they getting themselves into, making a league or a covenant with America. They going to be destroyed through America. Understand that. Read on.
And that they were men of great valor. It was told him also of their wars and noble acts, which they had done amongst the Galatians, and how they had conquered them and brought them under tribute, and what they had done in the country of Spain.
Watch this.
For the winning of the mines of the silver and gold, which is there, and that by their policy.
Wait a minute. I'm telling you, look, this the priest that it show you who Daniel was talking about.
Right.
It says, by their policy. Read.
And patience. They had conquered all that place.
That's what the 2030 agenda is telling you. It's the same thing.
Right.
It's the same thing. By their policy. Come on.
Though it were very far from them, and the kings also that came against them from the uttermost part of the earth, till they had discomfited them, and given them a great overthrow, so that the rest did give them tribute every year.
So that the rest of the world gave them tribute every year. Jump down to verse 11.
Verse 11. It was told him besides how they destroyed and brought under their dominion all other kingdoms and isles that at any time resisted them.
Right. So and that's how they rule over the world with great fearfulness, like we read in 2nd Esdras. Whoever showed any resistance, they conquered them through what? Bombing them, missiles, through war. They've been able to do this. Read on.
But with their friends and such as relied upon them.
So with NATO, whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
The EU, with the allies, read.
Yep. That relied upon them, they kept amity.
They kept peace. Read.
And that they had conquered kingdoms both far and nigh. Insomuch as all that heard of their name were afraid of them.
Everybody know what happened. You heard what happened to the last people that played with them. Hiroshima, Nagasaki, yeah. Play with them if you want to. Read on.
Also that whom they would help to a kingdom, those reign, and whom again they displace. Finally, that they were greatly exalted.
Exactly. So we just read about partnership in the Bible dealing with Rome.
Right.
And America is an extension of Rome. It's telling you through partnership, policy, all of that, that's how they will cause craft to prosper and will have peace that is actually going to lead to the destruction of many nations. I'm telling you, we are decoding the 2030 agenda through the Bible for you to understand. This is only a path. They are only accelerating their destruction. but the pride of their heart have deceived them. Understand that. Go to Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 5. One more scripture about partnership.
The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 5. Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine. He is
transgresseth by wine, meaning by lies, falsehood. Come on.
He is a proud man.
He is a what?
He is a proud man.
The pride of his heart has deceived him. Come on.
Neither keepeth at home.
He don't keep it. Why don't you just focus on America?
Right.
We got hobos, bums, broke, poverty. We got all this in America. Focus on America.
Right.
Nah, he wants the whole globe. He has a global agenda.
Right.
You understand? Read on.
Who enlargeth his desire as hell.
He enlarges his desire as what?
As hell.
As hell, meaning what? Captivity. That's why he trying to have control over the whole world. We're going to control what you eat, when you eat, when you do this, how you spend money. It's all about control over the human race. You understand? They enlarge their desire as hell, meaning rulership over the nations. Right? Because when we are not in rulership, when we in captivity, that is hell. Read on.
And is as death, and cannot be satisfied.
Hold on, wait. And is as what?
And is as death.
And is as death. That's why everything that they implement, that's what it does. That's why Bill Gates and these other rulers in these different places are able to say, yeah, we're reaching our goals.
Right.
We're getting population down. You understand? When you dealing with the I'm telling you that pale horse was called death and hell. That pale horse. That's them. Read on.
And cannot be satisfied.
It cannot be satisfied. That's why I'm telling you, in that spirit throughout the scriptures with a spiritual eye, you understand. Greed will always lead to destruction. They could have been had a longer rulership if they wasn't so damn greedy and didn't want to conquer and have cahoots all over the world to rule. But no, they would not be satisfied. Read on.
But gathereth unto him all nations.
But does what?
But gathereth unto him all nations.
That's what we read about Rome, and that's what you see going on with America. That's what you see being written out in the 2030 agenda. He's trying to gather to himself, meaning under his subjection, all nations. That's what this agenda is all about. You understand? That's what this agenda is all about. You got something else, Brew?
Yeah, can I get Job real quick?
Go ahead.
Just to back up who the wicked on the earth today. Now, all the scriptures we just brought out, all this stuff you see, we know who this scripture is talking about.
Right.
Read Job 9.
My bad. The book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. A man that can have a whole agenda to control the whole earth. And what we read earlier, he in every nation. He got his embassies everywhere. He got his hand in everybody's pocket. Who is that man? That's the white man today. Read.
He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
And that's what he's trying to do. His agenda is trying to stop us from doing what we doing. Because at the end of the day, when his agenda come out, his policies, you ain't going to see the brothers on the streets teaching the Bible no more. He going to cover the judges. He going to be like, hold on. I can't let these dudes keep prophesying about my demise.
Right.
I can't let that happen. I got to stop these Negroes. And that's what we see today with the white man. Their agenda is trying to put it in action. Read.
And they're also going to, we read in 2 Thessalonians about he standing in the temple of God showing himself as God.
Exactly.
He covered the faces of the judges, meaning the prophets, the angels, Jesus Christ, the Most High God. He have covered their faces and replaced them with white faces.
Right.
You understand? To brainwash you and deceive you into having him in your mind as God. For real, that's the damn wicked. That's the wicked of the earth that the Bible's talking about.
And when the scripture you bring it out is heavy because it says he wiser than Daniel, right? So think about what you just said. All this stuff, even when we brought up the understanding of Father's Day, this man said he want to be God. So he said the Old Testament is done away with. The laws of God are done away with. You don't have to know about the Passover. So what I'm going to put in place is my laws. Father's Day, Mother's Day, Christmas. He's saying he's God. He's the judge of all. Man, that's wicked. Finish it out.
If not, where and who is he?
Who else is it then?
Exactly.
If it ain't him.
If the white man ain't the devil, then who is the man of
who
sin?
is it?
Who is the man of sin?
Right.
Who is the son of perdition, man?
For you Negroes that think it's the Chinese man, the Bible just said the Chinese man want to be white.
Exactly.
So it ain't him.
Exactly. Exactly. Let's go to Psalms 83. You finna wrap it up. Psalms 83, let's start at verse 1. 2030 agenda.
The book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace. And be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
Wait. So this is talking about the enemies of God.
Right.
God has enemies, and they're going to be named later in this same chapter.
Message.
Because in this right here debunks the idea that God loves everybody. We're all God's children.
Right.
No, this chapter lists the nations of people, human beings that are enemies of God, that are in opposition to God. Read on.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lift up the head.
Watch this.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have taken crafty counsel. They have made many agendas against your people. And believe it or not, and that's the silver lining with all of this, right? Because you read about women empowerment, gender equality, right? They want you to get caught up in your lust, right? To where you, because notice, the people that get caught up in them type of communities, like LGBTQ,
right?
They don't give a damn about their race. That is now their race.
That's exactly.
That's you understand? Mm-hmm. They in a race for gender and homo equality. They not about black rights and reparations. No. They go from Israelites to Sodomites. They lose their nationality when they get in that lifestyle. Same thing with the feminists. Women, that's to pull you away from caring about your people to caring about your gender. You understand that? That is all a design to get you to stray away from your God-given identity, from your God-given nationality.
Right.
Just like he did Eve. Read on.
And consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Because, damn, I got to pull another scripture. Esther 13 verse 4 real quick. I got to show y'all this because if we know we the Israelites, the 2030 agenda will not work. The 2030 agenda can... Everybody on earth has to be in compliance. You understand? And just by us knowing that we Israel, knowing that we got to keep God's laws, by default, we will not be in compliance. And that will halter their agenda. Right. You understand?
Right.
So they have to come up with different ways to get us to go astray from God. That's what these agendas and councils are all about. Read what you got.
The book of Esther, chapter 13 and verse 4.
Watch this.
Declared unto us that in all nations throughout the world there was scattered a certain malicious people.
And that's I'm telling you, God is a mastermind, right? We was punished by being scattered into all nations. But think about it. In the end, right, he would cause that great awakening. The gospel shall be preached throughout all nations, right?
Right.
Now, that means, because if we was all in one central area, then they could just, wipe us, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the case, and everybody else would fall in line. But you're going to have remnants of us all throughout the world waking up and not falling in compliance with the agendas that's being implemented throughout all those nations. You understand?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Throughout all these nations, you're going to have these people of this particular nationality.
Right.
Read.
that had laws contrary to all nations.
They have laws contrary to what they have in the 2030 agenda.
Right.
Read on.
And continually despise the commandments of kings.
And continually despise the things that they're like we went in early on Father's Day.
Right.
Now you may think like, come on, y'all ain't got. Look, it's not of God.
Right.
It's not of God. Therefore, we gonna cast it down. That's what the Bible said to do.
That's right.
The nations, they can't stand that. Read on.
So as the uniting of our kingdoms, honorably intended by us, cannot go forward.
Read. Oh, I don't think y'all heard that. That's why we finna get persecuted to the max.
Right.
Read that again.
So as the uniting of our kingdoms, honorably intended by us, cannot go forward.
So if we learn who we are and serve God, thus said the Lord according to the Bible, the 2030 agenda cannot happen.
Right.
That is what the Bible is telling you. The uniting of all the nations, the prosperity, peace, partnership, that cannot come to pass if they know who they are and they keep God's laws.
Right.
Read them.
Verse 5. Seeing then we understand that this people alone is continually in opposition unto all men, differing in the strange manner of their laws.
Differing in the strange manner of our laws. That's where we different. Read on.
And evil affected to our state.
And what?
And evil affected to our state.
That's why they say we preach hate. That's why they say we a hate group. You understand? But we just read the Bible. But that's the deception. They have deceived the world into thinking that they were pro-God and pro-Bible. When no, us sticking to the Bible is in opposition to everything that they're trying to establish.
Right.
And they are in opposition. They are the enemies of God. For real. Read up. Excuse me.
Working all the
basically what I'm saying is the Bible has always, what we reading now, the Bible has always been exactly what we're reading.
Right.
In opposition to the nations. Their gods, their traditions, their beliefs, the Bible has always been in opposition to that. That's why you read about the history of the nations destroying the Bibles.
Right.
Destroying the word of God. You understand? But they took a crafty counsel. They were like, this Bible, even though we keep destroying it, it keep coming back. You know what we got to do? We got to twist the understanding of it.
Right.
You understand? We got to cause people to think of it a certain way in which it's actually not. And it's going to cause a great phenomenon. It's going to have to be a great phenomenon to come to pass to undo that confusion. For real. Read on.
Working all the mischief they can, that our kingdom may not be firmly established.
Their 2030 agenda cannot be established. I'm telling this stuff, it pissed them off. Go back to Psalms 83. Psalms 83, verse 4.
The book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 4. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Because that's the only way the uniting of our kingdoms can go forth. That's the only way.
Right.
We got to cut them off from being a nation, man. Or they going to be continually in opposition to our agendas.
Right.
Read.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Because as long as they remember, we not going to fulfill our agenda. Read on.
For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee.
Read.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The so-called white man.
And the Ishmaelites.
Right, the Arabs.
Of Moab.
The Chinese.
And the Hagarenes.
And the Africans. Listen, all these nations are in cahoots against you. That's these agendas and all that. That's what it's all about.
Right.
You understand? They are all enemies of God. That's what you just found out. The Lord said the white man, the Arab, the Africans, the Chinese, they are all enemies of God. Now, pull up the definition of agenda real quick.
Just so happened, all of them were the ones that had us in slavery.
Yes.
Transatlantic slave trade,
Yep.
the sub-Saharan trade,
Silk Road slave trade.
all of that. They're the same enemies right there.
Yes, sir.
Damn.
Yes, sir. And they making artificial suns and more. They telling you they do not. They hate God.
They hate him.
They hate God. You better choose your side. You better choose wisely.
wisely.
Choose wisely.
Come on, the definition of agenda. Read that.
Agenda. A list of items to be discussed at a formal
meeting.
at
Scroll
a
down.
formal meeting.
Scroll down. Hit that. All right. Read that. A plan of things.
A plan of things to be done or problems to be addressed. The underlying intentions or motives of a particular person or group.
All right.
Similar?
So now read this. Read the synonyms.
Synonyms: schedule, program, timetable, lineup, list, listing, to-do list, plan, scheme, syllabus, bill, card, directory, table.
So to get an idea of what an agenda is, right? You got plan, scheme,
right?
Program,
facts,
right? Hit plan real quick.
Hey,
Hit that word
to-do list,
plan.
like they said earlier, we on track. So they crossing off, you know what I'm saying, on their to-do list. They crossing off little checks and balances.
Right. Read that.
Plan, a detailed proposal for doing or achieving something.
Look at the example sentence. The
Oh.
UN peace plan. We just read about that. Hit the arrow.
That's crazy as heck, man.
Synonyms: scheme, plan of action, idea, master plan, game plan, proposal, proposition, ploy, suggestion, project, program, system, method, procedure, strategy, stratagem, formula, recipe, scenario, arrangement, schedule, agenda, way, means, measure, tactic, tack, plot, device.
Device.
How they devise that shit?
Okay.
Maneuver, ruse, and shift.
Now watch this.
It's
Go to
definitely
Job
ruse.
chapter 5 and verse 12. Job chapter 5 verse 12. So if you didn't read the 2030 agenda and you thinking that the earth, they're going to replenish the earth and we're all going to be peaceful and end all poverty and all of that, use a damn fool.
Why they can't get the ships off the coast right now?
Right.
The book
Yeah,
of Job,
sure.
chapter 5 and verse 12.
Watch this.
He disappointed the devices of the crafty.
What was one of the synonyms for agenda?
Yep,
Device.
Facts.
He disappointed the agenda of the crafty. Read on.
So that their hands cannot perform their enterprise.
So their hands cannot perform their agenda. You see that? God is going to disappoint. They think that they got everything in motion. What the white dudes say, hey, we're meeting our goals.
Right, meeting our goals.
See
right
what
on
I'm
track.
saying?
To-do
For
list.
real, God is going to disappoint the devices of the crafty. Read on.
Verse 13. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness.
And guess what? The same instruments and technology they using to oppose God, God is going to destroy them with those things. Those things are going to, in the process of leading up to Christ's return, cause these nations to deteriorate. For real, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness. Read on.
And the counsel of the froward is carried headlong.
Last scripture, Psalms chapter 33 and
33 and what?
verse 10. Psalms 33 verse 10.
The book of Psalms, chapter 33 and verse 10.
Watch this.
The Lord bringeth the counsel of the heathen
The
to
Lord
naught.
bringeth the counsel of the white man, the Arab, the Moab, the Chinese, the Japanese, all of these nations. He brings the counsel of the United Nations to nothing. Read on.
He maketh the devices of the people of none effect.
He maketh the agenda of America of none effect. Read on.
The counsel of the Lord standeth forever.
At the end of the day, that's who counsel gonna stand. The Lord said they got a short time. When y'all prop y'all ass up on that moon, guess what? From thence will I bring thee down.
Right.
You understand?
That's right.
That's who gonna bring y'all down to the ground. That's the counsel of the Lord. That's what's gonna stand. It's nothing they can do to stop it. The plagues are being sent forth. Who gonna boomerang them back? Who gonna deflect the plagues that the Lord is sending in the earth? Nobody. Read on.
The thoughts of his heart to all generations.
Watch this.
Blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord.
So don't be deceived. Don't be tricked and bamboozled and obtain faith in America due to the 2030 agenda for the people in prosperity and peace and partnership. No, don't
Right.
fall for it. Do not fall for it. Babylon about to fall. Come back to your true nationality.
Right.
That's the righteous nation who gonna rule over the truly replenished earth when Christ come back and bring them heathens into subjection. Understand that?
That's right.
Read on.
And the people whom he hath chosen for his own inheritance.
The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American are the chosen people of God. So don't fall into this foolishness.
Right.
Don't be a victim of the agenda by believing in it. You understand? If anything, suffer persecution for standing stiffly for the laws of God. And you're going to get your reward in the kingdom to come. We got next.
We got
Ain't
next.
no
We
they
got next.
future generation. No, we got next. Thus saith the Lord. That's the counsel that's going to stand. That's God's agenda.
Right.
All right? So, Lord's willing, y'all was edified. Y'all didn't call in. I'm mad at y'all. It
Damn.
could have been a way better show if y'all would have chimed in, but it is what it is. But I appreciate y'all for watching. Come in, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe.
Right.
Lord's willing, man, we gonna be back next week with some more heat, all right? So with that, we say shalom.
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 Babylon about to fall. Oh, you gon' hear about it. You gon' hear about it. Right now you in your kingdom and that's why you're showing out in front of everybody. In front of everybody. Babylon about to fall. Oh, you gon' hear about it. You gon' hear about it. The prophecy and revelations coming true and I know that you read about it. You done read about it. Babylon about to fall.
Babylon about to fall down. Like the London Bridge is coming all down, yeah. When Christ return, there ain't no one to call now. Don't even think that you can hide or even run now, no. If you ain't living right, then it's repent or die. Wake up to the truth, cause you was sleeping lies. You think sinning is hot, then you're in full of fire. Make haste to keep his laws because the end is nigh. Everything just playing out, the war already won. The prophecies coming to pass, but they already done. All praises to the black Messiah, God's begotten son. Cause Babylon fit born.
Babylon about to fall. Oh, you gon' hear about it. You gon' hear about it. Right now you in your kingdom and that's why you're showing out in front of everybody. In front of everybody. Babylon about to fall. Oh, you gon' hear about it. You gon' hear about it. The prophecy and revelations coming true and I know that you read about it. You done read about it. Babylon about to fall.
Palms bursting like Sodom, kidnap them princes and daughters, prepare them dogs for the slaughter, for them who hung us and robbed us, for them who sold us and bought us, who cut us off from our fathers. Praise the Lord for a judgment, I want them scorching and tortured. All praises, we've been waiting for them revelations. Them prophecies expose the wicked amongst all the nations, who made the world drink up for wine of fornication. Your country, tis it, the mother of all abominations. This is the foundation, bunch of red faces, never supposed to be in our places. Greatly mistaken, great desolation, waiting, coming for the Cayman. To the saints have patience, we gon' shine again. Waiting on our time again. Great fall of Babylon, never to rise again.
Oh, you gon' hear about it. You gon' hear about it. Right now you in your kingdom and that's why you're showing out in front of everybody. In front of everybody. Babylon about to fall. Oh, you gon' hear about it. You gon' hear about it. The prophecy and revelations coming true and I know that you read about it. You done read about it. Babylon about to fall.
There is one image there that shows what totally off.
So people with dark skin getting off.
Dark black.
Black skin.
Black.
Were they tall?
Yes.
Very tall. How tall? Do you know?
Well, they got out the doorway. I don't know how high that is, but
Well, what?
say 7 feet would be